Hey y'all, this is Ann Venture. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. We're doing something new today. This is my first voiceover video. The background that you're seeing right now is my ride back from the Grand Teton National Park. And actually, on the way back, I caught Medicine Bow National Park, which is on the south side of Wyoming. This is Highway 30 from the beginning of Medicine Bow all the way to coming off of the mountain range there. And then I traveled onward to Fort Collins, Colorado, and stayed for the night. All in all, my trip from Kansas City, Missouri to the Grand Tetons was 1,041 miles, which wasn't too bad. I did one stop in Scottsboro, Nebraska. The Airbnb there was super nice to me. Let me dry off all my clothes after getting soaked in their dryer. Helped take care of me. Great people on the road, like you'll always see on any kind of road trip. Um, the Grand Tetons, man, they were beautiful. I got lots of awesome pictures. I got professional looking desktop pictures of animals and the bike, mountain ranges. While I was there, I saw lots of great wildlife. We saw a moose right in our hotel and a mule deer as well. I saw tons of pronghorns on the way to the Grand Tetons through Wyoming. But I did miss out on seeing grizzlies and elk, so it means I'm going to have to go back sometime. While I was up there, some of the people that were in our party actually got a video of a grizzly bear that had climbed in a tree, and it was doing like a dance out on the limb to get to the next tree over. It didn't want to climb down and climb up the next tree, so it was like getting ready to jump from one tree to the next. Kind of crazy. While I was there, we whitewater rafted the Snake River. The water was cold, but it was a blast. What a great time. You go down some rapids. Some of the rapids were pretty large. We had some waves come over the front of the boat and like knock people back. So I would definitely say you're at least getting class 4 rapids in one spot. Um, but otherwise, it was probably the perfect whitewater trip for beginners. We had people that had never done it before, and so to get out there on a boat with 16 people, the water is probably perfect for that kind of situation. The water level was like 4 feet lower than peak water level, and I think we went, um, in September, getting close to October. So we were like the last of the rafting trips for the year before it started getting too cold to do it. Teton Village was super awesome. What a great hotel. There was a hot tub on the roof. We did stargazing every night, sitting in a hot tub, which is just absolutely beautiful. I would say if I ever went back to the Grand Tetons, the way I would do it, totally go camping for the main majority of the trip, but I would probably maybe get my bearings at a hotel or a resort up there, get my gear kind of packed for the road, get out, do some camping maybe for a couple days, and then I would try to stay at Teton Village before I geared up and got back on the road because it is an expensive hotel, but it's totally worth, pampering yourself to recover from excursion out into the wilderness. Yeah, so I didn't go through Yellowstone because in the mornings it was really cold. If I drove through Yellowstone, I wanted to do the full loop, which would be, a full day trip. So for me, it just didn't make sense. I'm going to go back uh, farther into the summer where I can leave in the morning and actually do the full park in a day, or at least do like a 2 day trip through it. And the Tiger got its first off-roading experience up there. I'll link that video below and definitely check that out. Probably one of the great things to do whenever you go on a trip and you make it back is to just take some time to reflect on the things that happened and what you learned. One thing that happened to me is I got stuck in a rainstorm, even after checking at all the forecast at all the places I was going to stay. Nowhere had a rain forecast for any of the days that I was out, and so I took the rain gear out of my pack, which was really dumb. Just always pack some rain gear because you're on 1,000 mile journey out and 1,000 mile journey back. Chances are you're going to catch rain somewhere, so just leave it in the pack. I also learned that in my saddlebag you need to mind your liquids. I actually ended up soaking this expensive H1N sound recorder in vanilla Crown Royal from one of those tiny mini shot bottles. Yeah, oops. But now you're listening to this on the same recorder, so it must have survived okay. 50 liters of storage space in my, I would say, commuter saddlebags, and it's both more than you need and less than you're used to. So definitely figure out how to pack tighter than you ever expected to pack. I was gone for 5 days total, and I had extra space in the bags. I didn't have any camping equipment, so there's usually extra stuff to put in there. But definitely had to pack less than I would take if I was going car camping or going on a plane trip. And the other thing I learned is that America is just really huge, especially the Midwest. States like Kansas and Nebraska are a full day's ride, and those straight roads just absolutely wear a rider out fast. I got saddle sores for the first time on my way back. I think I got onto Highway 36 in Kansas, and I turned to the east, and my navigation app said 301 miles to the next turn. So I was on one straight long road for 300 miles. So I'd say, you probably can get one of those seats, and that helps out a lot. But for the most part, it's just going to be, if you're driving like through the middle of the country, you're going to have long straight roads, and it's going to wear you out. So maybe plan for just doing 400 miles a day and taking an extra day. That would be my advice to somebody that was cutting through. The other thing is, if I was doing an around America trip, I would definitely go across in the Dakotas, like South Dakota, where all the Badlands are, one way, and then when you came back on the other side, there's some beautiful roads in Oklahoma and Arkansas. So, I would maybe just go around the outside, so that way you don't have to cut across to Nebraska or Kansas, where the roads are straight and you're gonna take all day to get somewhere. Kansas wasn't all that bad. I did see a farm exchange. They had like 2,000 cattle and the 20 acres you could see from the road, which was crazy. I'd never seen that many cows in one spot in all my life. I actually saw a cattle drive too, where there were horses and cowboys and like dogs, pushing cattle through a chute on the side of the road, which is a new phenomenon to me. Even being a Midwesterner around farms, I'd never seen that before. That was more of a out west Wyoming type of cattle ranching. So that was interesting to see for the first time. I just wouldn't recommend it necessarily to anybody else, right? Like, I saw it, it was great. I wouldn't plan to go back across Kansas unless I really had to. So other than that, yeah, enjoy the great footage of Medicine Bow, which was absolutely beautiful. We got the tiger down hard into some of these corners. And if you would do me a solid here, get down in the comment section and let me know where you think I should go next. We're putting the bike up for winter. You'll see some maintenance videos and maybe some general motorcycling videos. Maybe for a couple videos coming out of the channel in the next couple weeks, you might see like a duck hunting takeover, because that is one of my other habits, and that's getting hot and heavy here in the Midwest through the month of November. But other than that, like, motorcycling season's coming to an end. I'm definitely keeping the Tiger in the garage and storing her up, and you'll see me back out on the roads in March. So any suggestions you have for what the first trip should be next year, leave it in the comments below. Take care, guys, and peace out.